Good day. Today we're going to do lesson plan 15, grade 2, term 2, again on maths. When you scroll down, you can pause here and you can look at how it links with the CAPS curriculum. Then what we're going to do is at resources and dictionary, you're going to pause again and you're going to check all the resources that you need. And then you need to know what's the difference between an analog and a digital scale. Again, these words are for you. But again, some children might know it, but don't let them learn these words. It's more understanding of the analog and the digital scale. Okay, so let's go and look at the daily routine. Here we're going to do as we do every day, where we're going to ask these daily routine questions. So I want you to pause here and then ask the questions. So for the counting activity today, we're going to count again from 0 to 150 in tens. We're going to count forwards, 10, 20, 30. You can give the child the number 60 and they need to count on 70, 80, 90. You can play games around this. You're going to count backwards again, 150, 140, 130. With this, you can use your SATeacher counting library to make it more real. Remember, how more fun they have here, how more the chances is to remember. After this, and after pausing this, we're going to ask them questions. Remember, these questions always help them to relate to real things, to what they did while counting. So compare and order numbers by giving 2 or 3 numbers between the given numbers. So if we count if we count in tens, which numbers will be between 40 and 80? It will be 50, 60, and 70. So I want you to pause here and then ask similar questions. Welcome back. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at mental mathematics, number range 0 to 10, and we're going to add or subtract. So what you're going to do is the learners give them the first 3 numbers, maybe just say it orally to them. And what they need to do is they need to use these 3 numbers to make a number sentence. So I'm going to show you the first one. So I'm going to use a 1 and a 9, and it gives me 10. So let's look at the next one. We're going to say 4 plus 3 equals 7. But nothing wrong if the child gave you 10 minus 9 equals 1 or 7 minus 3 equals 4. There are more than one answer to these. Please pause here and then go to make these. Welcome back. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you some of my addition answers, but what you can have is you can have some subtractions. Remember, in some cases, the order can differ than mine. Remember, when we subtract, we always put the larger number or the bigger number first. Okay, so we're ready then for the concept development today. So we're going to look at analog and digital scales. So we're going to ask the learners to look at the scales and ask them first what it is. You can maybe ask questions, what will mommy do with it? Or what will your mother do with it? What do we use a scale for? I want you to pause and ask those type of questions. Let's carry on then. So we're first going to look at the analog child. And you're going to tell the learners that we use a scale to measure how much an object weighs. Very important to show the learners where's the 0 on the scale. And tell them as soon as you put an object on the scale, the needle moves from 0 to a specific number. The number shows you how much that object weighs. The person in this picture weighs 70 kilograms. Give learners a few objects to weigh. You can also make use of a kitchen scale. Please If you want to weigh children, it can be a very sensitive matter, so rather ask volunteers. And what you can do is you can let the rest of the class in groups stand around the scale. What is a digital scale? So tell the learners that we can also use a digital scale to measure. Show the learners then that the number is displayed on the LCD screen. Tell them that this gives you the weight of that specific item, for example, 10 kilograms. Give the learners a few objects to weigh, and you can also use a kitchen scale. Very, very important. In preparation for this lesson, weigh the objects beforehand to see if they weigh in multiples of kilograms. Very important because we're not going to work with decimals or with things that weighs in grams. So make sure it adds up to kilograms. Then we're going to go back again. These are all on the representative level because we have pictures. You can repeat the activities that we've done if the children didn't understand it, or they might need some more practice to show them where stands the zero, how to read it, how the needle moves. Again, let them touch, let them see, let them investigate. Um, Again, is the year I put in a note. It's that children could also weigh themselves, but take into consideration that children struggled with their weight might find this a very sensitive issue. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the problem solving. Here with the problem solving is we're going to weigh things, maybe that it weighs 4, 5, and 6 kilos. And then what we're going to do is we're going to um, weigh them all together and then see how much do they weigh. Then lastly, we've got a problem solving here. Remember, we got numbers here, we got a mother here. So make drawings to make this more interesting and for the learners to understand, or you can show this on a number line. Then lastly, we're going to do the worksheet. You can do this one or the one in the DBE workbook, where we're going to complete these the worksheet that's on a representative level. You might need to support the learners still to see what's the difference between analog and digital, but also try them to do this independently, even if they struggle a bit. So it's time now to do the worksheet. Then we already did all the problem solvings. We're going to go to the consolidation. If you ticked all yes, we're going to carry on with the next lesson. If you have some no's, you need to revisit, revise, or you need to contact us as SATeacher.